Guys, we got another Bible unboxing for you here. This is my wife's. This is a King James Study Bible, large print. This is from Barbour Publishers, if I remember correctly. We're just going to go ahead and get this out. And I think that this is a leather touch, I believe. Very, feels very good in the hands. It does have some nice design on the front of it. And you can see it there as far as their label, their logo. And again, large print, the King James Study Bible. And again, let's just go ahead and open it up. It only comes, I believe, with just one ribbon. I don't think that there's two of them in there, or at least it's not what I see currently there. Again, I just slipped this out of the sleeve. I know she's had it out a few times. But let's just go ahead and open it up. First thing we're going to do is to see if it lays flat. And you can kind of see how it is just with the inside cover. I'm not wanting to lay perfectly flat, but after a little bit of use, I'm sure that it would be no issue as far as that laying flat. You have a paper liner on the inside, and again, I believe this is like a leather touch, but it does feel very good. So let's just go ahead and flip through here. This particular version, I don't believe has as many notes in it as some study Bibles do, but it really depends on your personal preference. You do have a presentation page right here on the front of the Bible. We'll just go ahead and flip on through here. And again, the King James Study Bible, red letter edition, and again, their logo right there. And I'll put a link down below this video to where you can go over to Amazon to pick you one up if you're interested. You do have the publication information here that tells you all of the publication data, all that kind of stuff. You do have your contents, which lists the various books of the Old and New Testament, as well as the Concordance and so on. And there are maps there. It is, you can see the gilding on it, and it is indexed. It does have the thumb index as well. So let's just go ahead, flip on over. You have a brief summary of King James Study Bible, and just to give you some information about this particular edition. And now we dive right into the Old Testament. And this is where this is different from some study Bibles. It does not have an in-depth detail as far as the notes, which some people prefer that. You can see just a brief introduction here, and then you get right into the text, and then you do have a few notes down on the bottom as well. And you can see that text size. That is a very good text size. I believe it's a 10 point, if I'm not mistaken, 10 or 11 point. That is actually, it's a 12 point. I just looked on the box here. You can see here that's a 12 point text. So that is very, very good, especially for someone, if you have difficulty reading small text, I'll have to say I think that is a very nice text size. Again, you can go through your various pages to each of the books, and you can see here again, you have just a very brief introduction that tells a little bit about it, and then you go right into the biblical text, and then you also have some of the notes down on the bottom. And again, this is basically a very straightforward, a very simple study Bible. You don't have a lot of flash, you don't have a lot of frills, and it does have a lot of information on it though. And you can see here, red letter edition, again with your notes. And we're going to go ahead and keep flipping on back all the way through, and you can see that virtually all of the book structure is similar. You got that brief introduction, and then you do have the notes at the bottom. You also do have various headings, topical headings, I guess you could say, in each of the books as well. And then once we get all the way to the back, you do have a concordance, a dictionary concordance right here as well. It's very brief, but very nice and very useful. And once you get through that, you do have some full colored maps. You can see here, just a thumb through those, that as far as show some of the maps that are in this Bible. Again, this is very nice. It is one that is very simple. You do have a couple of pages here that you could use for notes if you wanted to add some notes. and then you have that back cover, and you can kind of see the way that the back cover is as well. The binding on this, just to show you again how it looks. Very nice, I'll have to say. This is one that she wanted. She likes it. The texturing of it, it does feel good in the hands, and it's very simple and very straightforward. I'll have to say, I know it's one that she's going to enjoy. But guys, again, check the link down below. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, leave those down below. Also, be sure to like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, check out the rest of the videos on my channel, and we'll see you next time.